Okay, we're going to get started here in a minute or two. Give everybody a chance to get seated. I know it's tough after Dr. Weiner's done. You want to stretch your legs, go get something to eat, go buy something. I keep telling Jamie all the time, why do you put me in the 1 o'clock spot? I always got to follow Dr. Weiner, right? It's not that easy. As you see up on the, was anybody here yesterday when I did the CoQ10 presentation? Okay, you were. The reason I have this up here today is because CoQ10 plays a big part in what we're going to talk about today. And I told everybody yesterday, as if they had a chance to come back today, that we would have a special guest. And offer, for once, living proof that nutritional protocols work. Okay, CoQ10 has been around a long, long time. You know, the origins go back to 1957. Okay, Nobel Prize in 1978. Okay, there's very few nutrients involved in a Nobel Prize. But the Nobel Prize for biochemistry included the research done on coenzyme Q10. Okay, so it's that important a nutrient. It's a vital nutrient to every organ in your body. In fact, it's a vital nutrient to every cell in your body. The original name for CoQ10 was ubiquinone, right? It comes from the word ubiquitous, which means everywhere. It's in every cell of the body. Not only is it in every cell of the body, but every cell in your body requires CoQ10 to live. Without CoQ10, the cell dies. And when the cell dies, guess what happens? The body dies too, right? A slow, uncomfortable death. So vital, CoQ10, energy production is just one of the things it's so responsible for. But the energy is what powers the cell. And the energy in the cells are what power the major organs. The heart, the liver, the lungs, and the brain have the highest serum levels of CoQ10 of any other part of the body. Vital to those organs. And we know for a fact where CoQ10 is made. It's made in the liver. Therefore, the liver concentration. But it's not just made in the liver, it's made in the same pathway, the same chemical pathway as cholesterol. So when we take statin drugs to lower cholesterol, it doesn't lower cholesterol. It stops the production of it completely. Stops it completely. And when that happens, it stops the production of CoQ10. And if anybody knows anyone on statin drugs, you know what their side effects are. Pain in the legs, fatigue in the muscles, fatigue in the brain. Gee, wonder why, especially when I just told you the highest serum levels of CoQ10 are in the brain, the heart, and large muscles of the body. Large muscles need the most energy. It's all related. But what we want to concentrate on today is the brain, okay, and disorders of the brain. Because one of the most interesting and most fascinating new research areas with CoQ10 is in brain disorders. Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, dementia, just plain old memory is affected by CoQ10. Now, you guys have heard a lot about Parkinson's in the news lately, right? I mean, we know everyone from Muhammad Ali to Michael J. Fox. Linda Ronstadt, I understand, is one of the newer ones. Muhammad Ali can barely get around anymore, can't hardly talk. Michael J. Fox can't, without his meds, he's a mess if you've ever seen him on a talk show. But he's only on meds. He's not getting any better, he's getting worse. Linda Ronstadt can't sing anymore. And the latest one was Robin Williams, right? Robin Williams, they found out he was just diagnosed with Parkinson's shortly before he decided to take his life. Well, Parkinson's is a debilitating disease if it goes unchecked. The meds don't seem to be offering much hope. But there is a nutritional protocol for Parkinson's, purely nutritional. Today, I want to bring to you someone very dear to me, member of my family. I've talked about her many times on the radio with Jamie. And we thought it would be fantastic for once to not just talk about her, but bring her in here to tell you her story herself and show you the living proof that nutritional protocols work. Okay, so I'm going to introduce to you my aunt, Mary Pat Valentino. She's my, yep, big rounds of applause, come on. This is big stuff. She is my godfather's wife, which makes it even more important if you know anything about Italians. But Mary Pat was diagnosed 19 years ago with Parkinson's. 19 years ago. So this isn't something new. And she's been on the protocol that we've been working with her on for the last 12 to 15 years. So I'm going to let her tell you her story, when it happened, how it happened, what she went through with her doctors, and then when she got on to the nutritional protocol and the changes that it made in her life. Okay? So we'll have we're going to get the mic transferred to Mary Pat, and I'm going to bring her up now to tell you her story, and she'll be willing to answer any of your questions, as will I, as we go through this. Okay? Mary?
I was diagnosed with Parkinson's. I've had it for 19 years. And I went to a medical doctor, and they put me on a protocol there. But I'm a hairdresser, and I taught at Pittsburgh Public Schools, 11th graders, if anyone knows about teaching high school students. And it was visible. The park. You mean I said all that?
No, it's on.
Okay,
It's on.
not going to read. So it was visible, and it was difficult. It's difficult to be around teenagers if you're not perfect. I mean, they think anyone over 20 is old and everything else. So it was hard. It was hard to teach teenagers and having those signs. Well, I kept going to the doctor and asked if I could they do anything for me besides give me the medicine. She said that would be the best at that time that they could do. So I wasn't going to settle for that, and I started just turning on the radio, and I started listening to different shows, and then I started listening to Dr. Weiner, and that's where it started. Then I was at a function, a prayer meeting, and a man came up and said that he had a cure. His wife was going to be cured from Parkinson's. It was glutathione. But if you got glutathione, you could be cured. So I traveled to Ohio, and I started getting the injections. And that was lasted about a year until I found that I could get the glutathione topical and just put it on. Now, can't hear me? Okay. I'll try. Is this better? Okay. So anyway, I was just putting it on topical. Well, then what happened, then my nephew, Joe, told me about the CoQ10. So I started taking the CoQ10 with fish oil, also vitamin D. And I've been on that for about the last 12 years. And the CoQ10, I feel, is what really helped me. And when I see people now that I work with, they can't, when they see me, they say it's like a miracle from when they see me in school, because it was obvious that I had Parkinson's. And so I go to New York each year to teach, and it was like I couldn't go up there and teach and I just couldn't handle it, because I had to demonstrate different things. And so I've been on the CoQ10, and I've been on in fact, when I go to the doctors and she sees me, she keeps saying, every year I'll be going to her, and she'll say, is this how many years? And then she tells everybody how many years, but they won't let me tell the people there that this is all natural. It's not what I get from the doctor. You have to have the Cinemat in that. But it's the natural by listening to Dr. Weiner, of course listening to my nephew. But I feel it's the CoQ10. I can't go without it. Besides that, it gives me energy. I have 2 grandchildren, and it also helps with that. Yes? 1,200 milligrams a day. Yeah. 12, I take 4. And I have my husband, everybody, I tell everyone's on it, but they're on it just for energy and, good health. But it's 19 years I've been on it.
And let me just tell them, it's the Power Q, okay, the Power Q 600, that's what she's been taking. It has 300 milligrams in a tablet of CoQ10 plus 300 milligrams of dimethylglycine, which we feel has also contributed to the stopping of the aggression of this disease. So Power Q, 4 of those tablets, chewing only 4 of those a day, gives you the 1,200 milligrams.
And if I wouldn't take it, you would be able to tell I had Parkinson's. People don't believe I have Parkinson's, but without the without the supplements, it's visible. It's there. So I don't go without it.
And well, that's not all. Tell them what else. You follow a natural protocol, food-wise.
Yes.
Right? You take. You're always calling me about something.
Yeah.
Something.
And
Should I be taking this?
I walk every day. I walk about a mile a day because I feel that the exercise, helps me. And I drink the water, the right water. I follow the product. I have him right by me all the time. Even if he's not right there visible, you can see me, he's in my head.
Are you vegetarian?
No. No, I try. I try.
Did you try to eat the organic and
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yeah, that's it. The meat, if I do eat the meat, it's organic. It's no longer, I don't.
tuna fish?
Yes. Yes. Any other questions?
Any questions for Mary Pat?
Yes.
How much D do you take and how much of the other stuff? You take CoQ10, like 12, that's a lot. D, and then what else you do?
I take
Omegas, how many?
900,
Well, you take about 4 grams.
4 grams.
4 grams. What do you mean, the D or the omega?
The omegas.
Omega.
4 grams of the omegas.
Omega.
10,000 I use of the D.
Oh, 10,000. Wow.
The liquid.
The liquid.
And I'm 71. And so, and I'm very active. I still teach in New York, and as I said, I take care of 2 grandsons, 4 and 8. And it's a pleasure. It's a gift from God to be able to do it. And I feel I wouldn't be able to do it without the supplements. And I give all the credit to that. First God, then the supplements, in that order.
You had prayer for healing,
Yes,
and you feel that also plays a part in that?
absolutely. That's number one.
Repeat her question for everyone. So
Have I had prayer for healing? And I said, absolutely, absolutely. And I feel that's number one. And I try to tell people, I try to tell people, in fact, I have a neighbor, we both grew up on the same street. We live by the steel mills in Swissville. And she has Parkinson's, and if you would see her next to me, it's really very sad because she's very bad. And we are the same age. And it's like day and night. So I tried to send over to her a gift of the CoQ10. I tried to do that. But some people feel because the doctor's not prescribing it, that it's, I don't know what they feel, but people will come to the house, and then when I tell them what I take, and they'll ask me, did a doctor prescribe it? Is there insurance and all this? And
she says, yeah, my nephew.
Yeah. And this is what I say. Here's what I say. I do call him Doc. But here's what I say. You only have one life. This isn't a dress rehearsal. This is what we got. This is what we've been given. And so, you know, you got to do what you have to do to be, you know, if you want quality. I still want to go to New York and teach, and I still want to be able to run out after those kids. It's up to you what you want, but you have to take care of yourself.
Well, you know, it was told to me when I was sick a long time that God kept showing me nutrition. And then I finally said, you know, I need to do that. So then I go and now I was getting better, I'm feeling better. And then they say, well, God's people died for lack of knowledge. And this is knowledge. Nutrition is
Absolutely.
knowledge. It's God's way.
It's absolutely, absolutely. You know, follow that. I mean, that's what I also believe. Anyone else?
I did. Okay, you were talking about the glutathione, so you were doing injections, and you're not doing them now.
No.
And then do you take a glutathione extra supplement?
I did. I'll be really honest with you. I did take it, but I kind of ran out. Didn't call him, and but I don't right now. No, but I did. I did.
It is, but in the glutathione's important, but you do make glutathione. Your body makes it. So she takes a lot of vitamin C as well, which is one of the precursors. And we have her on a full regimen, multivitamin, the whole thing. But, you know, that's just normal stuff. But I think she's probably making suitable amounts of glutathione now, especially. And CoQ10, yesterday when we talked about CoQ10, it's one of the super antioxidants, which means it regenerates glutathione. So that the amount of CoQ10 that she's taking, it's regenerating and allowing her own natural glutathione to stay at a high level. Okay, so glutathione's important, but without CoQ10 it wouldn't be. Okay?
Okay.
Any other questions?
But is she on the vitamins and minerals and amino acids? I mean, these are the main ones for the problem, but her basic is it vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and anything else?
The basics are all, well, tell her, man, you take all the basics, but the key is the CoQ10.
The key to me, what I feel, is the CoQ10.
So the last question was the difference between ubiquinol and ubiquinone. They're both viable, good forms of CoQ10. Some people absorb ubiquinol better, but that's only if it's in a soft gel delivery. Okay, because ubiquinone and ubiquinol both come in soft gel format. So if you are going to take it in soft gel, you're better off with ubiquinol for the absorbency. If you take it in the chewable format, ubiquinone is just as good, if not better, because it does not need the fat for absorption when it's in a chewable format. Okay? The saliva becomes the transport mechanism. It becomes water miscible, not soluble, water miscible, which means that's the transport into the blood. Okay? So if you do the Power Q, it's ubiquinone, but it's in chewable format and you get maximum delivery. And really, if it didn't, we wouldn't be getting these results. Okay? We wouldn't be getting the results we get with a Parkinson's patient if it wasn't getting into the blood. Okay? So that should quell all questions there. But the chewable method, I prefer just about in anything, I'll tell you the truth. If it's possible to get something in a chewable, a powder, or a liquid, all the better. All the better for absorbency. Okay? Any other questions? Yes?
Is a tremor that some people have, is that the beginning of Parkinson's? Or could that be something else?
Well, it could be the beginning. It could already have set in. But it is one of the effects, yes, of Parkinson's. But you're not seeing any tremors over here. No. Okay. Okay. CoQ10's powerful. Get a hold of it. Get it in your regimen every single day. Everybody needs it. Everybody needs it. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
This isn't exactly about that, but you know what, if you're taking the powder, the protein powder,
Mm-hmm.
and you're trying to be on a vegetarian diet, do you still need the amino acid supplement?
No, because the Super Shake protein powder back here is complete because of the use of the 3 different vegetable sources. If it was just rice protein, it would be incomplete. If it was just pea protein, it would be incomplete. But you have rice, pea, and pumpkin, which provide a complete amino acid profile when combined.
So once a day with that, you don't need to take aminos.
Well, I mean, you don't need to unless, you have some sort of deficiency. No. Any other questions? Okay, folks, I think one more round of applause for Mary Pat, Aunt Mare. She came all the way out here from Swissville just to share her story with you guys.